devotee, offer obeisances to me, worship me, always absorb in me, surely will come to me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Next.
We go, Prabhuji. 9.34. Manmano bhava madbhak. Manmano bhava mad. Sorry, I'll come again.
It's okay. Just calm down, calm down, calm down, okay. Calm down.
Yes. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mama veshaisa yuktvaivam atmana matparayanaha. Translation: Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer your obeisances unto me. Worship me. Being completely absorbed in me. Surely you will come to me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Nice.
Okay, I'll go next. Okay, I'll
yes,
go
please
next.
Go ahead,
Chapter 9, text 34. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namashkuru mam eva shasi yuktvevam atmanam mat parayanaha. Translation: Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Hare Krishna.
I'll go next.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mata. Want to go next?
Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, please.
Manmana bhava. Oh, wait, Prabhu. Manmana bhava what? Madhyaji namaskuro atmanam mamparayanaha. Translation: Engage your mind. Engage your mind always thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Who has not recited? No need to waste so much time. Okay. Madam Meganand, you're not ready, huh?
No.
It's okay. Don't feel shy. Don't feel bad. That should not stop you from coming. It's all right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay. So let's quickly go through what we have done before. We want to summarize chapter 9 for us in 5 minutes or 4 minutes. I want a brief summarization of chapter 9 in 4 minutes. Who wants to try that? Naniki, everybody's looking up to you.
Prabhu, I have the worst migraine, but I'm gonna try. Okay. So, 5 minutes. In chapter 9, it is like the core of Bhagavad Gita. It contains the most confidential knowledge, the most secret of all secrets, right? That is why Krishna only gives this information to the non-envious, to pure devotees, because only them can really make use of this knowledge. So, as we all know, this knowledge is the king of education, and it is the perfection of religion. So, if you it is everlasting, so you must joyfully perform these knowledge through devotional service. So, of course, those who are not faithful in Krishna, they will fall down and they cannot attain him. And according to Krishna, he has many opulences, right? And because of that, we forget sometimes that everything really is created by him. So instead of worshiping Krishna directly, we worship other entities like the demigods and our ancestors. But according to chapter 9, that is worship in a wrong way. So we must correct that and we must worship Krishna directly. So according to him, even if you are a fool, if you are a non-devotee, you will deride Krishna. You will think that, oh, he's not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's just a human being having the time of his life in Vrindavan. But that's not true. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he can manifest in so many forms. He can be a little baby. He can be the Supreme Lord. He can be anything he wants because he's God. And sometimes the demonics and atheistic people, they don't want to believe that, so they try to criticize Krishna for having human qualities even. So as long as you always chant Krishna's glories, as long as you're determined, you worship him, all of his forms, then you're on the right path. That is why offering is a major part of the last part of chapter 9. That since Krishna produces everything, he is the source of heat, he's a taste in water. That's why we keep on recalling chapter 7. We keep on recalling Krishna's qualities, is because he's trying to remind to us that he is the producer of everything, is the origin of everything. So we must offer him everything around us, everything we do, everything we eat. Wait, Ma, I have a class. So that is why we study the Vedas, because we want to learn more about Krishna, right? So that is why he's saying that no matter what platform or whatever birth you've achieved in your current life, you have a chance to become his devotee. You have a chance to attain liberation and perfection. So it doesn't matter if you are from a low family or if you're born from a Brahmana family, you have a chance to attain perfection, attain Krishna. That is why you always have to engage your mind in Krishna, offer your obeisances to him, worship him, become his devotee, so that if your mind is completely absorbed in Krishna, surely you will come to him. You will come to his abode. That's it, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Very wonderful.
Hare Krishna.
So I'm very happy. I'm giving opportunity to everyone, but only Mother Nikki is taking advantage. So please, next time you should take advantage also. Thank you very much for summarizing chapter 9. And then now Krishna is going to continue whatever he has started in chapter 7, just like Mother Nikki mentioned rightly. Krishna started describing his opulences from chapter 7. So in chapter 10, he's going to give us the full detail of his vibhuti. Vibhuti means his opulence. So he's going to give us the full detail of his vibhuti in chapter 10. And because he knows by giving us this full detail of his opulences, he's going to give us more faith in him. Okay, so Krishna is going to tell Arjuna more about this. So the chapter 10 starts with, so let's continue on.
Prabhu, wait.
So chapter 10, you said?
Prabhu, our feedback. We've been waiting.
Oh.
You forgot.
Yo, you just
Our feedback.
remember
Two of us,
me.
Mother
This is not like
Niken.
this. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's give them feedback. Who are this? The devotees? Mother Lakshmi, Tripura, Mother Tripura, and
Mother Angel.
Angel. Please, three of you give them the feedback. Let's make it in 4 minutes. The time starts now.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll go. Like, I'm so impressed with the Mata Nikki and the Mata Niharika. Literally, I'm talking with Tripura like last night, that how beautiful they done in the PPT and how they did in those. Like the Krishna in the Nikki Mata's PPT was so superb, and it's like awful, and it can't determine like anything else. The way Niharika Mata explained in one word, like absorbed, it's so nice, and the matter is also delicate and so smoothly it went off. And I'm so impressed, and I got something new about the Krishna and all. So that's it. It's so nice to see you both PPTs, and in one word, Niharika Mata, you rocked it in one word, the whole chapter. And Mata Nikki, you are too good Like the PPT was so awesome. Like yesterday, me and Tripra was talking about that yesterday's night in the chat. Like how she did it, how she did it. I was to about to how you did it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So, Mother Tripura, your feedback.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. To Nikki Mata, like you were able to quote everything. It was like the PPT was complete. Like it was so complete. The illustration, the visual effects, like everything was so good. And you give many examples and related concepts. It was so interactive. And Room from is like there is nothing. Like everything is perfect, and it looks so professional. So yeah, it's good actually to be professional. Yeah, that's the thing. And Niharika Mata, it was so good. Like with the introduction, you started the introduction. It was so like you are paying obeisances to your guru, and it was so interactive with your presentation. And you have a very unique way in presenting, like a word. Like you will dissect each word, right? It is like unique way. Maybe we could add some more examples and some more quoting the verses. Yeah, like it is all, but the complete presentation was so beautiful from both Niharika Mata and Nikki Mata. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother Tripura, for following our policy in the feedback. You see, that is how to give feedback. You correct, but the person will not feel that you are correcting him or her. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Mother Angel, your turn.
Yeah, about Mother Nikki, yes, I love her presentation. It's actually is very smooth and actually he delivered very well and her voice is very clear actually and her presentation actually is was very good actually. Then the only I want forum improvement is before she start, she should check the her voice because very slow. But all the her presentation actually is very nice and very smooth. It's actually very professional. And Mother Niharika, also her presentation actually was good and actually quoted very nice, the like explaining the every sentence to the word and yeah, his presentation is actually very good. That's it, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna for your feedback. So I will give my, since you reminded us to give you feedback, so I'm going to give my own feedback also. Thank you. So yes, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation yesterday, Mother Nikki and Mother Niharika. I'm going to take it one by one. Let's go by with Mother Niharika. So yes, your presentation was very nice. You put it in a concise acronyms to explain to us. It was very beautiful and easy to remember. Absorb. Is it not absorb? Yes, I think it's absorb. Yeah, very nice to absorb Krishna. Good. Okay, very good. So yeah, it was very nice. And the illustration was very nice. Your tone of voice was good. And yeah, all in all, I think you did very well in your presentation, okay? And I think and also you make proper use of your time, if I'm not forgotten. Yes, make proper use of your time, which is very good. And you're always joyful also, so it's good. Thank you. And Mother Nikki, thank you also. It was very nice, your presentation. And you make proper use of your time and your voice, just like the Mother Angel said, it's okay because the people also. Let's say, for example, I'm talking in general now. I'm not talking particular now. In general, if you want to command attention, you have to command your tone. You have to use your tone, your voice. In that way, people want to listen to you. So, which is very nice. She's saying that, but I think she did very well in terms of her presentation, and she was on time also. Okay, thank you very much. And I think you put a lot of hard work in the presentation, which is all of you. I'm very impressed in the way you presented the program. And actually, I'm thinking how to give you more assignments, because that is the only way to learn. Yes, because I saw that you people are learning very wonderfully in this presentation. So I'm just, should I revise it and make other people give the other part of the chapter 9, and then in that way they can cover it up. So I'm thinking about this, because you have given one part. I'm thinking maybe I should switch it over now, then they give the other part. Then maybe we'll do it in 3 parts. Now, those who have done 1st to 12, and now they should do from 13 to this, and then the other people should do. So I'm just thinking in my mind, because then that will give you a whole holistic view of the whole chapter. So, but it's okay. You can always ask add suggestion. If you want us to do it like that, let me know. Now we're starting a new chapter, chapter 10. By the time we finish up to chapter 12, I would love to give everyone one chapter to summarize. And in that way, you can absorb yourself in whatever chapter you are given in that Bhagavad Gita. Actually, you are all building your future, which is very, very, very bright future, wonderful future in diving deep into the scripture. You will not know what you are doing now until maybe after 5 years later, you'll come to understand, which is very beautiful. Okay, so let's continue. Thank you very much, Mother Nyarika, for bringing us back for the feedback. Yeah, I know you are looking up to that, forward for that. It's okay, it's good. We don't want to make people feel bad. Just so that is why I gave the process of giving feedback. Our duty is to encourage everyone to learn more and to bring out their best. Okay. Any other thing you want me to say about?
That's all, Prabhu.
Okay. But Nikki, you're okay? Always smiling.
Smiling through the pain, Prabhu.
Yeah. What pain is that?
My migraine.
What up? Oh, you having migraine?
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever had it after 4 months. It's crazy.
Oh, maybe you are thinking too much. Sorry, huh? Migraine means thinking too much. Okay, so you have to take care of it before it become a steady thing. Don't let it to become steady, okay? Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu.
Migraine means you're having one part of your head aching, not all. That's migraine. Is that
Prabhu,
like that?
it's so unique. It's like the front, here, and here. I was thinking, is this cancer? Just kidding.
No, it's not cancer, don't worry. So, but maybe you are doing too much, you are worrying so much about this particular thing. But stop worrying. Krishna is in control. And migraine comes when we have a kind of a worry about particular thing. Then it turns to migraine, you know. But don't worry so much. Krishna is in control, okay? We can talk much about this later, okay? So let's continue. So chapter 10. So Krishna is going to discuss more about his vibhuti in his opulences in this chapter 10. So let me share the screen and let's start. And for your information also, if you need some career counseling, we offer some service in that regard, okay? Career counseling, you know, if you're not sure about what career you want to do, okay, so you can just consult us and pay our consultation fee, then we
I
You
support that. I did that already. You can
Ah.
try to.
Oh, it's very good. No, it's actually very good because actually I want to dive deeper into my nature of trying to help others in how to find themselves more. You know, so I'm really going more and more deeper into that, and it will become my part of my life, because that is where I will derive more happiness. Also, trying to help others. So in case you don't really know about how to go about your career, let us know. We can guide you. Don't need to think so much about it. And so, yeah, Krishna is starting the verse by speaking to Arjuna again, after concluding the other verse that we should surrender and worship him, think of him everywhere, always. So he started this by saying, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Boyam Eva Mahaba, O Shino me Paramam Vachaha. Yate ham priyamana ya bakshami itam kamyaya. So Krishna is saying, yeah, the Supreme Personality of God has said, listen again, O mighty Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. Just imagine, Krishna just given so much knowledge in chapter 9. Now he says he's going to give us much higher knowledge. And that is why chapter 10 is called, what is the title of chapter 10? Somebody can check his book.
The opulence of the
The
absolute.
appearance of absolute. Oh, sorry.
What? The opulence of the absolute. Thank you very much. You see, so yeah, Krishna is going to give us knowledge that is much higher in details to chapter 9. He started it from chapter 7. That is why chapter 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 considered to be the confidential aspect of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 6th middle part, hidden inside. Krishna covered with the first 6, cover it. Then with the second, the last 6, cover it. It puts this middle 6, is a gem. According to Vishwanath Chakravarti, is a gem of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna put it, it's like a box. And inside the box, you put the precious gem, then you lock it. That's what Krishna did with chapter 10 here. So let's read the purport and hear more about
I read it, Prabhu.
what Bhagavad means, and we can talk more about
I read it,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Yes, please.
Okay. The word Bhagavan explains.
Yes, please go ahead, Mata.
Okay, sorry. The word Bhagavan is explained thus by Parasa Muni, one who is full in 6 opulences, who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation, is Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While Krishna was present on this earth, he displayed all 6 opulences. Therefore, great sage like Parasara, he displayed all 6 opulences. Therefore, great sages like Parasaramuni have all accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now Krishna is instructing Arjuna in more confidential knowledge of his opulences and his work. Previously, beginning with the 7th chapter, the Lord has already explained his different energies and how they are acting. Now this chapter explains his specific opulences to Arjuna. In the previous chapter, he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion and firm conviction. Again, in this chapter, he tells Arjuna about his manifestation and various opulences. The more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees that will enhance one's devotional service. Discourses in the society of devotees can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Krishna consciousness. Others cannot take part in the such discourses. The Lord clearly tells Arjuna that because Arjuna is very dear to him for his benefits, such discourses are taking place. Hare Krishna.
Very much. So, so we're going to hear more about the opulence of Krishna. And in test 7 here, Krishna made it very clearly why we need to hear more about him. So in test 2 here, he described how he's the source of everything. Na me vidu suragana prabhami na maharishaya ahamadi hideva na marishinam chasarvashaha. So in this chapter 10, let me give you verses we are going to be reciting in advance. Are you ready? Okay, so from tomorrow is Wednesday, and so from tomorrow we're going to start reciting chapter 10. Please write it down, 2 verses at a time. I like this 10.3. Let's start with 10.3 and 10.7. Okay, 10.3 and 10.7, we'll start with that first. 10.3 and 10.7, we start with that. We have what we call Chatusloke in Srimad Bhagavatam, in this Bhagavad Gita. Chatusloke means the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita, or the whole verses. Chatusloke is like the source of the whole verses, you know. So that Chatusloke is from 10.8, 10.9, 10.10, and 10.11. All the whole conclusion of the Vedas is there in that 4 verses. So we're going to, when we get to that aspect, we'll talk about it. So, but I want us to memorize 10.3 and 10.7. So from tomorrow, we're going to start 10.3 and 10.7. Okay? Okay, let's continue. So yeah, Krishna is telling in text 2 that Name vidu suraganaha prabhana marishaya hamadi devana marishinam sarvashaha. So Krishna is saying here that I know my origin or opulences. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and the sages. This can only be said by the Supreme Personality of God alone, no one else. Here, Krishna is telling us, neither the hosts of the demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and the sages. Go and look every other scripture in this word. You will never find a direct statement like this. Only in Bhagavad Gita, you'll find the direct statement of Krishna declaring that he is the source of everything, and everything is coming from him. You see, you can go and start making your research. You will see in those other scriptures, the saintly people were talking about God. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself directly is, telling us. So here he's saying, the demigod, the great sages, none of them know my origin. In every aspect, I am the source of all these people. Only Krishna is saying this, and he said it in Bhagavad Gita. You can start your research from today and come back with your results maybe after 1 week or whatever. You will see, you can find out. So only in Bhagavad Gita you'll find this kind of statement, okay? So let's proceed to the purport. Someone want to read?
I'll read it, Prabhu.
Yes, Mother Lakshmi.
As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. No one is greater than him. He is the cause of all causes. Here it is also stated by the Lord personally that he is the cause of all the demigods and sages. Even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. So what is the position of so-called scholars of this tiny planet? No one can understand why the Supreme God comes to earth as an ordinary human being and execute such wonderful, uncommon activities. One should know then that scholarship is not the qualification necessary to understand Krishna. Even the demigods and the great sages have tried to understand Krishna by their mental speculation, and they have failed to do so. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, also, it is clearly said that even the great demigods are not able to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They can speculate to the limits of their imperfect senses and can reach the opposite conclusion of impersonalism, of something not manifested by 3 qualities of material nature, or they can imagine something by mental speculation. But it is not possible to understand Krishna by such foolish speculation.
Here, the Lord indirectly says that if anyone wants to know the absolute truth, here I'm present as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am the Supreme. One should know this. Although one cannot understand the inconceivable, Lord who is personally present, he nonetheless exists. We can actually understand Krishna, who is eternal, full of bliss and knowledge, simply by studying his words in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The conception of God as some ruling power or as the impersonal Brahman can be reached by the persons who are in inferior energy of the Lord. But the personality of Godhead cannot be conceived unless one is in the transcendental position. Because most men cannot understand Krishna and his actual situation. Out of his causeless mercy, he descends to show favor to such speculators. Yet, despite the Supreme Lord's uncommon activities, these speculators, due to contamination in the material energy, still think that the impersonal Brahman is the Supreme. Only devotees who are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord can understand, by the grace of Supreme Personality, that He is Krishna. The devotees of the Lord do not bother about the impersonal Brahman conception of God. Their faith and devotion bring them to surrender immediately unto the Supreme Lord, and out of the causeless mercy of the Krishna, they can understand Krishna. No one else can understand Him. So even great sages agree. What is Atma? What is Supreme? It is He whom we have to worship. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. So yeah, you can see from Prabhupada's statement in the purport, to understand Krishna, we have to hear from Krishna himself. See, that is why if you look into this world, you will see many souls, many people, they cannot comprehend the personality of God because they cannot understand how God can have form. Many people cannot understand this in this world. Only when you come to Krishna consciousness, you begin to comprehend, to begin to understand this, point. Very difficult for people to comprehend. That is why you see the impersonal knowledge, the impersonal philosophy is more prominent in this world. People, it's easy for them to understand, okay, God, okay, he has no form because it's so gigantic and, it's everywhere. But to understand him as a supreme person, not easy. And that is why we are very fortunate, that we are hearing from Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, who is Krishna man, has so much faith in Krishna and believe that Krishna is the supreme. So he was able to explain this to us. Before Prabhupada went to the West, no one was able to explain the concept of God, as a person in the Western world. Until Prabhupada came and he made it a reality that God has a form and show us the form, how to worship him, the deity form of Krishna, that God is a person and you can relate with him. You can develop your love for him. So that is we are all indebted to Srila Prabhupada, because without him, many so big philosophers, sages, they cannot understand this thing. That's what Krishna is saying in the verse, and Prabhupada also repeating the same thing in the purport. They cannot comprehend. Very difficult. So we're very grateful to Srila Prabhupada, for giving us this, precious knowledge about the Supreme Personality of God. And now here in text 3, Krishna is going to go further by saying, to know him now is not easy. Because by knowing him, what happens if you know God? Something is going to happen. Yo mama jamana dim chabeti loka maeshwara masamoda samarite shu sarva papa pramochate. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningness, as the supreme Lord of all the world, he only, undiluted among men, is free from all sins. Just by understanding God. That's why I say I want us to memorize this verse. It's a very nice verse. This shows what happens when you understand Krishna. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the worlds, he only, undiluted among men, is free from sin. Just by understanding. Who can remind us which other verse is talking about? Talking very close to this verse, like very close. We have done it before. Who can remind us? Something very close. Like, let's say you're asked to give lecture and you come across this verse. The first verse you are going to quote. No one, no one. Somebody want to open to 749? Very close.
Janma karma.
Yes.
Janma karma chami devyam evam yavati tatwataha chakvadeham punarjanma na ite mamiti soarjuna.
Please tell us the translation.
One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
Yeah, thank you very much. So the same thing Krishna is saying here, but in a different way. You see, because Krishna is saying here that if you know me as the unborn, beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the world, then you are free from all sins. Because it's to know God, to understand Krishna is not easy. That is what Krishna is saying here. That's why he mentioned, I am the only one who knows, even the sages, the demigods, they cannot understand me. So if you know me, you are very special. These are direct statement of Krishna. You cannot find in any other scripture when you're getting direct statement like this from God. You see. So Krishna also mentioned again in 7.3, purpose in the purport. Started with that. Who want to remind us 7.3? Who remember that shloka again?
We didn't memorize this, Prabhu.
You didn't memorize 7.3. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I don't know how we can go back. It's a very nice one. It's a very nice verse, which, if possible, you should memorize. Say, out of many thousand among men, one may endeavor for perfection. Of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. You see, to know God, to understand Krishna, it's not easy. You can spend your whole life studying just to understand Krishna. That is a whole life career to understand Krishna. It's a whole life. And that is why, again and again, every day, we have to hear about Krishna. We have to read about Krishna. Every day, we have to hear about Krishna. We have to read about, because to even understand the simple thing of this life, we spend all our life making research and doing all the talk less of the supreme controller, the supreme owner of everything. Just imagine. It's not easy. So let's go to the purport. Properly explain the purport.
Read it, Prabhu.
Yes, Mata, please go ahead.
As stated in the 7th chapter, verse 3, Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Those who are trying to elevate themselves to the platform of the spiritual realization are not ordinary men. They are superior to millions and millions of ordinary men who have no knowledge of the spiritual realization. But out of those actually trying to understand their spiritual situation, one who can come to understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the proprietor of everything, the unborn, is the most successful spiritually realized person. In that stage only, when one has fully understood Krishna's supreme position, can one be free completely from all sinful reactions. Here, the Lord is described by the word aja, meaning unborn, but he is distinct from the living entities who are described in the 2nd chapter as aja. The Lord is different from the living entities who are taking birth and dying due to material attachment. The conditioned souls are changing their bodies, but his body is not changeable. Even when he comes to this material world, he comes as the same unborn. Therefore, in the 4th chapter, it is said that the Lord, by his internal potency, is not under the inferior material energy, but is always in the superior energy. In this verse, the words Veti Loka Maheshwaram indicate that one should know that Lord Krishna is the supreme proprietor of the planetary systems of the universe. He was existing before the creation, and he is different from his creation. All the demigods were created within this material world, but as far as Krishna is concerned, it is said that he is not created. Therefore, Krishna is different even from the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. And because he is the creator of Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods, he is the supreme person of all planets. Sri Krishna is therefore different from everything that is created, and anyone who knows him as such immediately becomes liberated from all sinful reactions. One must be liberated from all sinful activities to be in the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Only by devotional service can he be known, and not by any other means, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. One should not try to understand Krishna as a human being. As stated previously, only a foolish person thinks him to be a human being. This is again expressed here in a different way. A man who is not foolish, who is intelligent enough to understand the constitutional position of the Godhead, is always free from all sinful reactions. If Krishna is known as the son of Devaki, then how can he be unborn? That is also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. When he appeared before Devaki and Vasudeva, he was not born as an ordinary child. He appeared in his original form, and then he transformed himself into an ordinary child. Anything done under the direction of Krishna is transcendental. It cannot be contaminated by material reactions, which may be auspicious or inauspicious. The conception that there are things auspicious and inauspicious in the material world is more or less a mental concoction, because there is nothing auspicious in the material world. Everything is inauspicious because the very material nature is inauspicious. We simply imagine it to be auspicious. Real auspiciousness depends on activities in Krishna consciousness in full devotion and service. Therefore, if we all want our activities to be auspicious, then we should work under the directions of the Supreme Lord. Such directions are given in authoritative scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, or from a bona fide spiritual master, because the direction of the Supreme Lord, something is popping up on my screen. The direction of the Supreme Lord, the spiritual master, saintly persons, and scriptures direct in the same way. There is no contradiction in these three sources. All actions done under the direction are free from the reactions of pious and impious activities of this material world. The transcendental attitude of the devotee in the performance of activities is actually that of renunciation, and this is called sannyasa. As stated in the first verse of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, one who acts as a matter of duty because he has been ordered to do so by the Supreme Lord, and who does not seek shelter in the fruits of his activities, anashrita karma phalam, is a true renouncer. Anyone acting under the direction of the Supreme Lord is actually a sannyasi and a yogi, and not the man who has simply taken the dress of the sannyasi or a pseudo yogi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So to understand Krishna as the son of Devaki on your shoulder is not a very easy task. Many people cannot comprehend this. Long time ago, in the beginning of creation, Sutapa, who happened, so he, with his wife, performed austerity for many, many years. So after performing austerity for many, many years, the Lord appeared to them and said, "What do you want?" So they said, "My Lord, we want to have a child like you." Like Lord Krishna told them, there is no any child like me. You cannot have a child like me because I am the supreme. Okay, since you have pleased me, I will become your child. Because you cannot have a child like me, so I will become a child. So in that way, Krishna decided to become their child in 3 lifetimes. So he came in that lifetime as a Prishnagarbha. Then in the life after that, he came as Vamanadev. And after that, he now came as Krishna. You see? So this, you can see, for them to have Krishna as their child, they perform so much austerity. Even the same thing with Dronachala and the wife, Yashoda Mai. In their past life, they perform so much austerity to have Krishna as their child. You see? So what is the purpose of having God as your child? This is to fulfill the desire of his devotee to take care of him, because they want to relate with God on that parental mode, on that platform. Many non-devotees cannot understand this. And that is why it's a very, very special knowledge about God. It's called confidential knowledge. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasadeva started the Srimad Bhagavatam by offering respect. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I will open it, I will share it so that I can illustrate something very important in that shloka. Just give me 1 minute. Let me open that Srimad Bhagavatam 1:1. 1:1:1 is number 1. Very, very special. I don't know, maybe when we will study Srimad Bhagavatam, we will come to talk about that. So let me share it. Are you with me? Okay. I'm not hearing any voice. Maybe the network is not there.
We can hear you, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Sometimes when I hear the voice, then I know someone is there. Okay. So let's continue. Can you see my screen now? Yes. This is the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Can you see my screen now?
Yes,
we
Prabhu.
can.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this is the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? So this word is very, very special in this shloka. Why is this word very special? Srila Vyasadeva started the whole Bhagavatam by saying, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why did he say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya? It would have simply said Om Namo Narayanaya, because in India, many people think that Narayan is the supreme God. It would have simply said Narayan. Or it would have simply said Om Namo Bhagavate Vishnaya, something like that. You see? Because everybody believes that Vishnu is the supreme God in India. But here, Srila Vyasadeva, who understands everything, who is the compiler of the scripture, he started the Srimad Bhagavatam by saying, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What is the meaning of this word? The meaning of this Vasudevaya, if you go to this, it means unto Vasudev, the son of Vasudeva. You see, unto you see, when you see the do you know the difference between this Vasudeva and this Vasudeva? Can somebody tell me? What is the difference between this Vasudeva and this Vasudeva? Somebody see me?
This Vasudev Prabhu is his father, who is
Okay.
Vasudeva, Sri Vasudeva, and this Vasudeva here, the son of Vasudeva, is Lord Krishna.
Very good. See, the difference between the two Vasudeva is the one that is the father, he has a long A. And the one that is the son, he has a short A. You see? So unto Vasudeva, who is the son of Vasudeva. You see? So Srila Vyasadeva started the Srimad Bhagavatam by saying, I offer my respectful to the son of Vasudeva. You see? Means that Krishna, who appears as the son of Vasudeva, is the supreme personality of Godhead. No one else. In that way, Shiva Vyasadeva is establishing the supreme position of Krishna, who has appeared as the son of Vasudeva. You see, so to understand that Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva, is the supreme personality of Godhead, is very, very difficult for many people. But Srila Vyasadeva established that point right from the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right from the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur spoke on this particular verse of Srimad Bhagavatam for 3 months. If we dive into trying to explain that meaning of that first verse, we will not finish the lecture also, you see? Because there's so much details. about describing about, let's go a little bit because we're talking about knowing Krishna. Let's go a little bit into it. I've already removed it. Okay, so let me share it again. Are you seeing it now?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So he offers his respect to Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva. In that way, establishing Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, as the supreme personality of Godhead above all other incarnation. Okay? Then again, he say, Jamadi asya yato ibaya itarasta chariteshu abhigya swarat. What does it mean? Jarmadi, creation, sustenance, and destruction is coming from who? From him. And is Ambaya Interasociality Shu Abhigya Swarat is controlling this directly or indirectly. And not only that, is Abhigya is full of cognizant and is Swarat, fully independent. This person I'm talking about is fully cognizant and independent. This was today. And not only that, Tene Brahma Ridaya Adikavaye is the one who first spoke this knowledge of this about the supremacy to Lord Brahma. From where? From the heart. Ridaya Adikavaye. What is the meaning of Adikavaye? Adikavi. Lord Brahma is considered to be Adikavi, the origin, the beginning, like the first person who have knowledge in this universe. You see? So it's considered Adikavi. You see? So so Krishna spoke this knowledge, the supreme knowledge to Lord Brahma through the heart about his supremacy. That is why Lord Brahma composed that the famous Shiv Brahma Samhita in the dawn of creation. After hearing this knowledge from Krishna, and that is why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved that book, Brahma Samhita. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling to South India, he came back to Jagannath Puri with two books. One is Shri Brahma Samhita, the second one is Krishna Karnamrita. These two books are very dear to Lord Chaitanya, because just by studying Srimad Brahma Samhita, you can understand the supremacy of Krishna. And there Krishna mentioned in this verse we are studying today that if you can understand me as Aja, the unborn, as the beginningless, because even Lord Brahma, who is the beginning, who is like is the first person in the creation, he could not understand Krishna. He tried. When Lord Brahma found himself on the lotus, he was trying to understand, where is my origin? Where is my origin? And he started looking, and he went down the lotus, trying to find out his origin. He could not. He was going around here and trying to find, even though he came out from the lotus that is from the top of the navel of Lord Vishnu, lying down on the Kosa Ocean, Lord Brahma went down. He could not find his origin. So he was going back up. As he was going back up, to the lotus, and he heard the word tapa. Then this knowledge was revealed. He saw everything. Then you understand the supremacy of Krishna. And that is why our Brahma Samhita was composed. So to understand Krishna, even after that also, Lord Brahma still confirmed in Krishna book that Krishna, because there was a time Lord Brahma went to Krishna abode in Dwarka. We have 4 minutes more. I have to round up in 4 minutes. When Lord Brahma went to the abode of Krishna in Dwarka, so Lord Krishna want to tell him that, Brahma, you may be thinking you know so much about me. Let me tell you today, you don't know anything. So Lord Krishna, he told Krishna, and Krishna told his great security man, go and ask which of the Brahma. So he asked him, which of the Brahmas? Lord Brahma was saying, why would Krishna ask such a question? I'm Brahma, no? I'm everything in this universe. Okay. So when Krishna is told Krishna reluctantly, tell Krishna the Brahma, the father of the 4 Kumaras. So when he came inside the Krishna's palace, before Krishna, as Krishna was receiving him, he said, my Lord, please, please, I have some doubt in me. Please, I want you to clear this doubt. Is there any other Brahmans other than me? And Krishna smiled, and he did like this. And many other Brahmas came. We have Brahma with 10 heads, 20 heads, hundreds of heads, thousands of heads, according to the direction of the universe. They have the numbers of head on their head. And also Lord Shiva, many Shivas came with five heads. And Krishna made it in such a way that all these Brahmans, they were seeing him, but they cannot see others. But Lord Krishna made it that Lord Brahma can see all of them together. And they were paying obeisances, touching the feet of Krishna. And Krishna said, how is your universe going? He said, my Lord, by your mercy, everything is going on in our universe. It's okay, I just want to hear from you. So you can now go back to your different positions, you know. And immediately they left to before. Now let me tell everyone, see, come, everyone. If you say you know everything about Krishna, that you can say that. For me, I don't even understand anything about him. You know, because if time comes that when you go to the sea beach, you can hear the sound, how it is. How can somebody count the sound? Nobody can count it. But Lord Brahma says, if time comes in the future, they develop a machine to guess. This is how great Krishna is. And that's why Krishna said, yeah, if you can understand this, you can understand me as this unborn and beginningless, and the supreme Lord of everything, then you are free from all sins. Just understanding this is very, very important. And that is what Krishna is going to describe to us in this chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, so that we can understand him in details and his opulences. Okay, so we stop here. Any quick question or comment? Then we'll continue tomorrow. And tomorrow also we're going to have our IDC as the second part. Any comment, question quickly? We have only 1 minute. Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Panchakapataro Vyasrikipasandu Vachapatita Nampavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shila Prabhupada ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki